Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Comic Book Corner, and this is your host Spider Slayer. Today's review and walkthrough is all about Kick-Ass 2 issue number 5. The story has been very good. I actually like it better than the first one. It takes it to a whole new level with crazy action and gore and things you wouldn't expect in a series. But this has been a traditional thing going on with Mark Millar and John Romita Jr.'s art here in Kick-Ass. There's these books that they make like Nemesis and Kick-Ass, and they seem to go like push the envelope and go over the top. Again, I talked about this in the last issue. Romita Jr.'s art in this particular book for Kick-Ass, it fits it. It works because Kick-Ass is still a fairly new character, and this is the only art that we've seen him in, so it fits it. I must say that this issue, to me, was pretty much just as good as the last issue. There's a couple of scenes in here that I did not expect to happen. That happened would be like, oh my God, this is just absolutely horrible. I can't believe this has happened. In a brief, real quick, I give this actual book probably about a 4 out of 5. I quite enjoyed it. I expected, I didn't expect a lot of things to happen, and I expected something to happen sooner than later, but I don't want to give too much away in the opening part of this video. Just because for the people who just want a quick review, this is the portion where I just do a review, and then later on I do a walkthrough. If people want to walk through the walkthrough, I'll go into much more detail later. But the one thing I do have a concern about Kick-Ass 2, the comic book, compared to Kick-Ass 2, the movie that's going to come out is it going to compare? Because the first one, the first comic book, kind of compared because of the origin and everything else. Well, this one is so over the top in this actual comic. I'm just curious to see what's going to happen in the second movie, like, because this is pretty vulgar stuff that goes on in this book. So I'm just real curious to see how the movie's going to compare and if people are going to like the second movie as much and things like that. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's my concern here. The book itself, the comic, again, 4 out of 5 is really well done. The story is nicely written. It's got a good flow going through it. Again, one of the only issues I have with this book is the release dates. It seems to be inconsistent at times. The last one came out within 3 weeks of issues, 3 and 4, and then here between 4 and 5, it's 6 weeks later. And when they come out this late, you tend to forget a little bit about the story. So if you haven't picked up the issue or any of these issues, you might want to just wait until the trade comes out, or just pick up all the issues right now, and you'll at least read up to issue number 5. So okay, so in short, again, 4 out of 5, Kick-Ass number 2. What I do now in the videos, for you that are not familiar with how I do my little episodes here, is I show you pics from the comic book itself, get you a feel of the appreciation of the art inside, and then what I'll do is I'll do a complete walkthrough in case a lot of you are on the fence or can't afford to buy Kick-Ass right now. At least you have an idea of what's going on in the story. So enjoy the artwork that I showed you, and I'll see you in a couple seconds, guys. Take care. Alright, welcome back for all you guys that decided to stay through the walkthrough. We're going to do the walkthrough of Kick-Ass number 2 right now. Last issue, Dave's dad got arrested. He took the fall for Kick-Ass for being Kick-Ass, and now he is in prison. So basically now in the first page of the issue, we're going to see that Dave is talking to his father, and he's just saying, Dad, I can't believe you took the fall for me. Why did you do this? And Dave's dad is basically saying it'll be okay. You know, I spoke to my attorney. We're going to take care of things. We're going to handle things. And you know, and this is a long, lengthy conversation in the book, so I don't want to go on and on about this part. But here you can see that Dave is very upset that everything is going on with his dad, and he promises his dad that he is going to be rid of Kick-Ass. He's never going to put on that suit again. He promises his father this, and that's about it for that particular situation. The next thing we see is that we see it's the motherfucker's secret hideout here, and we can see right there that motherfucker himself is having this big ass fish tank put into his thing, and you know they're getting it all souped up and stuff like that. So and in the conversation here, he talks to his uncle, and his uncle says, you know, listen, I can't keep covering for you. You know, it's one thing doing these crimes and stuff, but all these killing sprees and all this other stuff that's going on, you know, I can't turn my eye on it anymore. He goes, from this point forward, you know, you're on your own. And he's like, fine, fuck you. And he just, you know, shuts the phone off, and that's it. The next thing we see is that Mother Russia, excuse me, they're kind of pissed off, you know, about Kick-Ass, you know, his dad taking the fall and stuff like that, and they don't know where he is because he took the rap, so they're not sure who Kick-Ass, what's going on. So they said, you know what, well, we know where his dad is, and so what happens is that Dave gets a pic on his phone, and literally you see here is that he looks at his phone and he cannot believe it, that he is in absolute shock. The next thing we see is, major spoiler, is that his dad is hanging. So basically what happened is motherfucker's group came in and just, you know, killed his freaking dad and hung him and beat him and whatever. I mean, look at that picture again. I mean, he's sitting there hanging, blood pouring from his freaking nose. You know, he pissed on the floor. You can see that hanging there. So that shit's all crazy right there. So next thing we see here is that they have the funeral, and Dave's all hopped up on drugs, and like he's just like on, you know, depressants and stuff like that to get him through the day. All he can think about is what these people did to his father, and we can see right here that, you know, he can only imagine what, you know, what happened to him, you know, beforehand. And it's pretty sad, you know, that his father died like that. And he remembers all the good things that happened with him and his father. And the next thing we see is he throws a rose in there, and he's like, you know what, rest in peace, Dad. And we see the date when he was born. And, you know, his buddies, his superhero buddies here, the Justice Forever, talk to him and go, you know, we got to get, you know, revenge on these guys. Somehow we got to figure it out. And Dave's like, no way, I'm done. I'm hiding it for a while. He's like, I'm going to go to my aunt's house. And they're like, are you serious? And he's just like, yeah, just for a little while. And they're like, yeah, trust, you know, Mindy's like, you know, trust me, it's for the best. All of a sudden, we see a nice little, what's it called? A little hug there between Mindy and Dave. And then the next thing we see is these mysterious characters with glasses and like bandanas over their mouth or whatnot. And all of a sudden, shit hits the fan, folks. Shit hits the fan. Boom! Like, seriously, how sick is that? They blow up Dave's father's grave, man. I mean, that is just horrible. You can see in terror there, Mindy's dad, Mindy, please, and they're just shooting, blah, 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 blah. I mean, that's crazy right there. And then next we see is that there's all this hell that breaks loose, and basically they're going after Dave, and they kidnap him, and they're taking him back to motherfucker's hideout, and they're sitting there saying, you know what? He wants him with the kick-ass suit on, and you know, the boss likes it better that way. Well, the next thing we see is that we see a right in the forehead, and the next thing we see is a crunch right here, and then the next thing we see is a shot right in the neck, and then another one we see all these crazy ass shit going on, and then we see, and I think you all know who it is. Last page. She's back, folks. Hit Girl is back in action. It took a freaking Dave's dad blowing up in the grave for her to come back, but she's like, game on, motherfuckers. And that is the end of this issue. So this overall is a good issue. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're on the fence on it, I hope if you like it, go out and buy it. If not, at least I got to show you a little bit of what's going on. And I hope you enjoyed this review and walkthrough. And if you guys like this channel, please subscribe to me. My feature titles, I usually do. My feature title is The Walking Dead. Majority of my reviews are Walking Dead related and things like that. But I do other issues when I get around time to doing it. So again, that's Kick-Ass #2. And if you guys have any comments or questions or anything you want me to review for you, I'll be happy to do it. So until then, this is Spider Slayer saying see you on the flip side, and until my next comic book review, take care everyone. Have a nice day. Bye.